Hello, my name is Brook Tate. Oh, the sun's just come out. I need some sunglasses. I am based in the UK. I am just making this video and sending it out across the world. I grew up a Jehovah's Witness. I was disfellowshipped in 2016 because of a change in faith and my sexuality, and I couldn't repent for basically a big part of myself that is who I am. And a few years ago I decided to write a musical about it.
Board the boat and hope to lay beneath the decks and out of sight.
It's called Birthmarked. I have a birthmark on my head. I didn't expect this musical to have the response that it has had.
He'll go under, he'll go down. He will listen to the water sound.
Are you repentant for what you have done?
I didn't really know whether I would have the guts to perform it more than once.
He'll go under, he'll go down. He will listen to the water sound.
But I said to my band, I'm just going to try and tell this story. So I sewed a load of songs together that I'd written over the years while I was disfellowshipped and put them into a musical. That was in 2021. And then we got support from the National Theatre in England to develop it further. And then we did it at a big theatre in Bristol last year in May 2022. And yeah, it's just been an incredible journey, and we've just found out that we are going to be part of the Edinburgh Fringe Festival this summer as part of an international showcase of new theatre, which is so exciting and could potentially take the story and the show to a world stage, which is really exciting. I've always loved making theatre and art, despite the elders telling my parents not to really encourage it. But now I realise this art form and theatre and telling this story has become my kind of contribution to the activism that is going on. And I'm committed to telling this story for a good long chunk of my life now. As I said, the show is called Birthmarked, and it follows my journey from the announcement being made in the Kingdom Hall.
Brook Tate is no longer one of Jehovah's Witnesses.
No, Jonah.
And then I get thrown out of the religion, like Jonah got thrown off of the boat, and I start sinking in the sea. And then I meet the whale, or the big fish, that Jonah met. And it turns out to be a really lovely, inquisitive whale called Gail. And she asks me why I'm underwater. And I play her, with my band, a bunch of songs that I wrote whilst I was disfellowshipped, and explain the story and sort of expose what goes on. And then in the belly of Gail the whale, I explain that during my judicial meeting, the elders asked me whether I understood that homosexuality was the same as bestiality. But then I flip that on its head by accentuating my birthmark and embracing the imperfect parts of who I am that was seen in the religion, my sexuality, and embracing that and turning myself into
Deborah the Zebra.
Deborah the Zebra. Then I go on to do a tap dance on a front door, as in like all the door knocks that we did, in memory of my nan, who died just as she was waking up at the age of 94. So basically, it's a bit of a bonkers show, but it all does make sense. So yeah, I'm based in the UK, and at the moment, funding in the arts everywhere, I guess, is very tricky, and I'm making as many connections as I can within the industry and trying to do as much as I can, and I want to tell this story and take it as far as possible, potentially West End or Broadway or maybe a film, who knows. So I've made a Patreon page, which is a platform that allows people to support artists in what they make and to keep creating what they create, and people can subscribe to a monthly donation or it can be a one-off, and it's like a two-way thing where the artists can share what they're making at the moment and what they've made in the past. And so I'm just going to keep putting onto that platform what's going on and how things are developing, and some stuff from the archives. Yeah, I just made it to reach the worldwide community that we have, and whether that's Ex-Jehovah's Witnesses or not, just to find support to keep making what I'm making. And if you want to email me and ask any questions and find out more, then you can. If you want to donate in a different way or in a different amount, you can talk to my producer, I guess. Apart from Birthmarked, I'm a painter, a musician, writer. I also make big puppets and costumes and teach workshops for people to help them like gain confidence in performing or just gain confidence in themselves.
5, a 6, a 5, 6, 7,
I used to take my puppets into hospitals before COVID, and I want to do that in the future again. And now I'm potentially taking my puppets and costumes and performing musical workshop to a school for street children in India, which is incredible. And also other theatre stuff. I have a bunch of other shows which I've written over the years, all of which kind of are focused on exposing the wrongs that go on and trying to promote optimism and being hopeful. And in 2019, Andrew Lloyd Webber came to see one of my shows called Mr. McGlump, which also tells the story of someone being shunned, but in kind of like a child-friendly way, so that children can understand that that sort of thing is wrong. And hopefully with the momentum of Birthmarked, this show, I want to get that children's book, because it was based on a book that I wrote, published, and that musical back on stage again. Maybe a film. I'm also writing a spin-off from Birthmarked, which is about Deborah the Zebra as a kind of techno-pop Lion King for adults, in which Deborah the Zebra gets ostrich-ized from her dazzle, which is a group of zebras, because she's standing out too much and she's trying to find a community and a family that she can fit in with. And along the way, she meets these glorious animals such as Glamingo the flamingo.
You're gonna feel bold, you're gonna feel bright, you're gonna feel fuchsia through the night, you're gonna feel fabulous, so glamorous, and girl, you know I'm right, you're gonna feel better, magenta, and tell me what you think about Pili, maybe cherry, maybe salmon, rocky, baby lady, hot, flamingo pink, ow!
And Brian, the non-binary lion, who teaches her to find her pride.
Now notice every move you're making, focus on the rule you're breaking. You don't have to whisper anymore. Listen to the sound you're hearing, see the way you're standing here. Inside of you there lives a lion's roar. So roar.
I'm sorry, I'm rambling a lot. I've built an incredible team over the last few years, and I'm going to do all I can. I'm really committed to trying to keep making work that brings to the public's attention what goes on, and hopefully not making it just mocking. I'm trying to do it with a lot of respect, but also light and optimistic and funny and truthful. That's my goal. So yeah, anyway, it's taken me a long time to sort of work out how to ask for help, but I hope this does come across as genuine. If you want to share this with other people that you know that might be interested in following my journey, then I'd be super grateful. And you can follow me on Instagram at Brook Tate, and my website is brooktate.com, and yeah, and the Patreon link will be somewhere connected to this video, and or you can just email me and ask for more information. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, sending loads of love. Bye.
What pride, what power do you possess? What wild wonder fills your heart? Ignite, inspire inside your chest the story waiting to start. So take a breath and fill your lungs with air. We're taking life distilled, and we're prepared to be more than just imaginary in this menagerie.